so I can't even see. I have no idea if I am in the viewfinder or covering the camera. Let me give you a once around, see what we're dealing with here. Some choppy seas behind me, a lot of wind, raining over there, not raining here, but I found a spot away from everybody so I can tell the story. I did my scary thing, and it was quite the scary thing that I did. This is either going to come off as I can't even believe, I can't believe it, or like, obviously, duh, that's the type of thing you would do. Unfortunately, I did at the beginning of this adventure. So for certain people, well, the reason I'm even thinking of talking about this is because somebody saw me in the elevator and said, "Oh, you did that thing last night. You're famous." And I went, "Oh my God, no, please." Infamous, maybe. Oh my God. So, the point for me of being on the cruise is to travel to different places, and not have to repack and go to a different hotel and waste time doing that. However, there are sea days, and actually yesterday wasn't a sea day. Yesterday I went to hell. That was pretty interesting, actually. A lot smaller than I thought it would be. But the pictures will be on Instagram when I can get back to the internet. It's just kind of scary looking at all these storms because they're popping up. So there's one here now, there's one there, and there's a big one over there. Anyway, so I guess the wind, I guess I better get to it before I get rained out. Here's what happened. They do have sort of like these little things that they do on a cruise, and they were having a game show. Like Wheel of Fortune. But they called it the Wheel of Ill Fortune, and they were asking for people to volunteer because they didn't have anybody that signed up for it. And I'm like, I won't be picked. I got picked in the first round. Now, the thing is that you spun the wheel. Okay, so you guessed a letter. If you couldn't answer it, then you had to spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, and you had to do whatever it said. Now, I did not have the worst, I gotta say. Mine were not like super physical. Like one of the guys, he had to use his rear end to write out his phone number, and his phone number is 11 digits long, and it's like, oh God, this poor man. I mean, that's the only thing that saved me was I was not the worst. It was also not the first game I saw. I saw one that was based on the Newlywed Game, and that one they filmed, and they're showing it on the ship television. So that one really is not going to go anywhere. Mine was not filmed, thank God. Well, not that I'm aware of, anyway. But these were the things that I had to do. Okay. The first thing, which I had a complete blank on, I'm not even, like, I couldn't even think straight, was to tell your most embarrassing moment. I was like, yes, this is my scary thing. Have a microphone in my hand and stand in front of people and tell a story. I really, truly, my mind was blank. So I made something up. I said something like, I was at work and I thought my significant other, I think I called it my partner, I thought they were calling, but it was actually my boss, and I picked up the phone, and I didn't even say I love you. I said something very not safe for work. And they cheered, and they loved it. So I got the point for that. Then the next thing I had to do, I had to propose to some random person in the audience. and some guy. Like, he was waving like crazy. He really wanted to participate. Actually, and his wife did the second round of the thing. I don't know if he actually did it. I got to a point where I was just like, can't even think anymore. Just complete, like, tunnel vision after this, after I got through this mortifying thing. So I went up and, no, what did I have to do first? No, first I had to break up with him. First I had to break up. So I went in, I went and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. And they're like, oh no. And I said, listen, I'm sorry. I know this is an inconvenient time, but you got to find somewhere else to sleep tonight. They thought that was funny. I was like, oh no. The third thing I had to do was to serenade somebody. So a woman volunteered her husband. And it had to be something like, I think it was your teeth, your eyes, and your hair, or something like that. Or your smile, your hair, and your eyes. Something like that. It's pretty, huh? Nobody here in the whole ocean on floor that's been shut down because of wind, and yet there's still people. Oh, and by the way, there's like half the number of people that they could have on this cruise, so yeah, anyway, so yeah, I had to serenade this dude. Then the fourth one was I had to propose to somebody. So I went back to the guy that I broke up with, and I said, I missed you in the cabin last night. Will you please marry me? It was fucking ridiculous, but I won. So it was worth it, right? I won. I mean, it could have been worse. Somebody had breakdance. It was crazy. It was outrageous. I've definitely done my scary thing, like standing in front of people with a microphone in my hand. And thank God I will never, ever see any of these people ever again. And that is how I can do this. Except I got a week where I'm going to be seeing them all over and over again. This is, I think, the fourth day. This is December 2nd that I'm filming this. It was December 1st that this fabulous, wonderful game took place. And now, again, maybe I'm going to be swallowed by the seas, because over there, where we're not, it's clear and beautiful and wonderful. And there's a storm, and there's a storm, and there's a storm. So maybe I won't have to worry, because it looks like we're going to be running into rain. Also, they've usually got a band or DJ or something going on at all times. They keep asking people to dance. Nobody's interested in dancing. All we have to do is walk on these seas. I don't know if you can hear any of this, because it's going to be windy and loud. But if you can make it out, then I'm sure it was worth it to hear the silly story of what I did that was scary on this trip.